haul to share with you today. This comes from Ulta and Sephora and a little bit of MAC and a little bit of Drugstore as well. So all over the place. And this just, yeah, started piling up on me and I wanted to tell you about this stuff. The first thing is something I got from Ulta, and I'm wanting to branch out a little bit, try different brands that you guys don't hear me talk about very often. And one of them is Cargo. I've been wanting to try one of the Cargo bronzers. They are just, you know, kind of raved about. They get very good ratings from like the editor's picks and different things like that. So I really wanted to test them out. And of course, I ended up gravitating toward a little kit instead. How cute is this little bag here? Oh my goodness. So this, I believe, is called the Los Cabos set, and it came with not only the bronzer that I wanted, but some other things as well. The bronzer is not just the regular bronzer that Cargo makes, but it's the water-resistant bronzer. And it looks like this, comes in this cute little tin, and then there is your bronzer. This has a little bit of a glow to it, so I do have to be a little bit careful when I use this. I don't use this for a lot of, you know, heavy contouring or anything like that, but to kind of perk up the skin tone, give the skin a little bit of a glow, that's what I use this for. It is really long wearing, but I do have to be careful with it around areas where, like maybe right in here where I can see pores a little bit more. It can make stuff like that stand out. So that may be the one downfall to the water resistant bronzer. Maybe a matte bronzer would be good to try eventually as well, but overall I do like it. It's very pigmented and you don't have to work at it a lot to build up the color, so that's really cool. Also, you get a water-resistant blush, and this is in the shade Los Cabos, so compared to this is a little bit smaller, but look at this pretty peachy shade. So beautiful. Little bit of shimmer to that as well. Looking at a peachy shade with a little bit of golden shimmer. It's reminding me a little bit of the Balm's Hot Mama, only with a little more peach and a little less gold. Beautiful color, really love that. Then the other things in this kit, a couple that I haven't tried, there's the Cargo Swimmables eye pencil. Wouldn't it be fun for me to put on all this like water resistant stuff and just get in the shower and then show you guys what it looks like later? Might be fun. But yeah, Cargo Swimmables eye pencil in charcoal. It glides on really smooth, very easy to apply, but I haven't really scrutinized the staying power too much. And then there's also the Better Than Waterproof mascara. Let's just see what the brush is like on that. Okay, I don't love this style of brush with the big gaps between. I love a lot of thick bristles because I feel like they separate my lashes out a little bit more, but we'll see. Haven't tried this yet. And then there's a really pretty nude lip gloss in Las Vegas Strip. So there's my swatch of that. It's kind of sheer, but it's still really pretty, and it looks really pretty topping off like a nude lipstick. So that little kit is my introduction to Cargo. You'll probably be seeing more of those products being used in future videos coming up. I got this Maybelline Duo in Pink Suede. It says Perfect Pastels, and it looks like that. And this actually reminds me so much of this duo from Clinique that is called, what's it called? Strawberry Fudge. Same thing going on here. So cool when you find little dupes like that in your collection. But I've used this recently and it's really, really pretty. This pink has a little bit of shimmer there, and then this brownish color is kind of like a taupe brown with maybe a little bit of pink in it. It's far more interesting than it looks just to glance at it. So I think those two colors, I've been swatching red lipsticks, sorry about the red stain there, but a nice little duo, so I was just curious about that. And then from NYX, a lot of people were telling me I should try this HD Photogenic Concealer. It's the yellow shade. So it's really creamy and it has that kind of a look to it. It kind of reminds me of something I recently blogged about from Mally. She makes sort of an eye brightener, refresher type thing that's very yellow toned and it really brightens up the under eye area. But this is something that I think I'm going to have fun experimenting with. So that's the swatch there. I'm also kind of preparing in the distance for possibly an Essence One brand tutorial. So I picked up a few Essence things. I got this cover stick in True Nude. It's just one of those classic kind of stick concealers. It seems to be pretty smooth in application and pretty creamy, so I haven't used this yet, but we'll see how that does coverage wise. Let's see if it can cover up this little scar I have here. The scar from the oven that haunts me. Hey, it kind of covered that up pretty well, didn't it? Not too shabby. I also got the I Love Stage eyeshadow base, and this surprised me with how dark it is. It's kind of a darker tone, so if you're a darker skin tone, I mean, look. It's a little bit deeper than a lot of the eyeshadow primers out there, and this does kind of neutralize the lids a little bit. As I blend it out there, it's definitely one that will cover up discoloration. It doesn't totally disappear. Also got an Essence lip liner. This is in the Nude. Always looking for nice nude lip liners. Pretty basic. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of that. And thank you so much for all the recommendations for this one. This is the Essence Gel Eyeliner in Midnight in Paris. This says high precision gel eyeliner, waterproof, and this is yet to be used by me, but I'm very excited to give that a try. I've heard so many wonderful recommendations for this, and it was pretty inexpensive, I think less than $5. Over at Sephora, I ended up finding the Kat Von D Ladybird palette. Didn't even think I was really looking for this, but it really caught my eye in the store, and I've done a tutorial using this already, so check that out. But this orangey shade, this burnt orange, is absolutely stunning. These are matte shadows. The texture on them is really rich. These shadows for me are very long wearing, and several of you have recommended that I try other Kat Von D palettes after seeing me use this one, so thank you for the recommendations. Keep them coming. But this comes with a little eyeliner as well in a brown shade. I'm just so impressed. These kind of remind me of like the shadows in the Meet Matte Nude palette a little bit, only with some other colors thrown in, but I'm really liking it. The only other thing that I found at Sephora, I was looking at some of the stuff that was marked down, and I remembered seeing this before when it wasn't on sale, and it's the Outrageous Prismachrome in Outrageous Metallic Taupe, and it's a Sephora eyeshadow single, and this shade is unreal. So pretty. Taupe lovers, look at this. I did kind of a charcoal, almost one shadow smoky eye. I just used a different shade for my highlight, but this is super duper pretty. Love the shine on that. It's one of those shades that I talk about, you know, the ability to catch the light at times and then to look deeper at other times. And I got this on sale for $7. Now, I hadn't checked out the MAC counter in a while, and I had one thing that I really wanted to try, and it's the Select Cover Up. I've got the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, but I kind of was curious about this. I'd seen some people using this one, and I thought, I wonder what the difference is between this and the Pro Longwear. And I don't think I figured out what the difference is just yet, but I got it in NW20. I have been liking to use it to get a lot of brightness happening right in this area. It's a little bit liquidy, so I feel like it kind of lends itself to really blending out on top of larger areas. So let me know your thoughts on this. Like I said, I'm not a real, you know, MAC expert by any means, but I just wanted to try that. Something I thought was really pretty, and I feel like such a goof because I got this, it's a mineralized blush, and it's from one of the limited edition collections. I don't even know what the collection's called, but the blush shade is Simmer. Okay, I thought I was getting eyeshadows, guys. Am I crazy? I looked at this and I thought I was getting a really cool eyeshadow duo, kind of like the one Stila's doing right now, where it's like shades blended into one another, and I thought, ooh, that gold looks pretty, and then that burgundy shade. Well, I could totally use these as eyeshadows. I mean, check out, you know, the swatches there. They're pretty, but it's actually a blush, and I didn't realize that until I was like looking it over in the car after I got it. I'm like, oh my god! When you blend across these shades, you get just this pretty kind of rosy, shimmery color, which I really like. I mean, I have no problem with it as a blush, but I thought I was buying eyeshadows. I wonder if anybody else out there was fooled by that. Like, did you think maybe that could be an eyeshadow? I'll use it as either, so, and it looks like it's got an E in it too, so that was cool. Lastly, just a couple newish things that I've seen in the drugstore lately. Finally came across the Color Tattoo Pure Pigments. You just saw me use these actually in a Get Ready With Me video, so if you want to see them, like actually how they work on the eye, check that out. But I have Buff and Tough, which is a goldeny shade. And so you are getting like the little pigment shaker there, goldeny, okay? Little bit flaky, kind of loaded with shimmer. And then the other one is called Barely Brazen. And this we're looking at, it's kind of like a little bit of a peachy peachy champagne shimmer there. That's on my pinky. When I finally found the display of these, they were completely picked over. Like, there weren't any fun colors left in there. I mean, this was basically it. This and maybe a couple other options. These two shades don't really strike me as anything fabulous, life-changing, or anything I would repurchase. They're not bad, but they're just, I don't know, they didn't really knock my socks off, and maybe some other colors in the collection would, but those two are just kind of so-so. L'Oreal has a new collection of lipsticks out. It's all like fun tones of pink, which you know I love. So I picked out two. I got Pink Flamingo. And this, when was I wearing this? On Beauty Broadcast Live, the one where Tyler was there. This was the lipstick I was wearing. Reminds me a lot of Milani Rose Hip, the Color Statement lipstick, but gorgeous bright pink. Love that. And then I also got the Raspberry Rush, which was sort of the most reddish looking of the collection. How about I swatch those for you? If I can find some bare skin to do it on. Yeah, this is definitely a reddish pink, this Raspberry Rush. And then I'll swatch the Flamingo, Pink Flamingo. Raspberry Rush, Pink Flamingo. This reminds me a lot of the Wild Watermelon lip butter from Revlon, only it's going to be a little less shiny. And then, of course, there's that pink. They had a lot of pretty colors in this line, so I had kind of a hard time choosing, but these two made the cut. So that's my haul, y'all. I'm going to spend some time trying to wash all these crazy swatches off my hands and fingers. I hope you guys are having a great summer. Thank you so much for taking time to watch, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.